What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be doing a new series where we're going to be rebuilding the Chicago Bears this entire season, probably season 2 and season 3, with head coach Demitri Williams, ex-running back for UL Lafayette, had a short stint in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints, his hometown team. So that's the playbook that he's going to be using for his offense, because that's the one that he's familiar with. But yeah, so we're creating him now. We're going to get into the Chicago season in just a bit. So in this episode, you're mostly going to be seeing preseason week 1, and then after that I just simulated the regular season. So this is just the introduction of the team, picked up a few free agents, and of course created the coach. So Sean Payton as the defense we're with Chicago. The settings, we're going to play on all pro, and then we're going to see how it feels. We're going to adjust some of the sliders. Since this is a new game, I don't want to jump right into all Madden. And we're going to be on 6-minute quarters. So for our offense, Mitch Trubisky as a starting quarterback with Jordan Howard and Allen Robinson. I'm looking at some of the free agents that I want to pick up, and boom, right there I see Kenny Vaccaro just chilling on the free agent line. And I like to run a lot of cover 4, so he would be a great extra defensive back to walk down and play in the box and then run back and play coverage. So we're going to go with him for right now. I was thinking about adding Richie Incognito to help our line, which is not great. But I knew I was going to have to cut some players, so I figured I'd just add him in the regular season if I still felt like adding him, and if I felt like the players were not going to be developing as fast as I hoped they would. So the 3 players that I'm choosing to train around are Jordan Howard, our center, and Mitch Trubisky. Our center's a rookie, so wanted to get him the extra experience points. Mitchell Trubisky's first practice in front of the eyes of Demitri Williams, the head coach. And he's doing all right so far. Hits the dump-off route on the first play of the season on practice. Then he hits his dump-off to Tarik Cohen, an eccentric back, third down back, punt returner, kick returner, who should be making big plays for us this year. So now Trubisky drops back to pass and doesn't see the outside linebacker, and makes a rookie mistake and throws the interception. He's only a second-year player. He's still got a lot to learn. Didn't pick up the starting role of the quarterback position last year for the Bears until about midseason. So, of course, he still has a lot to figure out. Going through practice, though, head coach Demitri Williams is very impressed by what he's seeing out of his young quarterback. And if he can continue to develop alongside Jordan Howard, Tarik Cohen, Allen Robinson, there's just a really good core that's here right now. Of course, Trey Burton, the tight end from Philadelphia, he's also looking decent in practice. So we're going to get a few XP points, and we're going to do swag of the week. So this is an idea that I got from Flumlo Raps that I thought was absolutely, it was absolutely crazy. It was insane. I just love the idea. So every single week you choose the player who makes the biggest impact throughout the week, and you can upgrade their style pretty much. So you don't touch their attributes. So this is before the season player I selected was Jordan Howard, obviously the offensive star of the team, just messing around with some stuff on him. He didn't have a towel or anything, which I was kind of surprised on. So we're going to give him the towel, and we're going to throw on the dark Oakley, the visor. And I have the hand warmer on him right now, but ended up deciding, that wasn't the look for Jordan Howard that I wanted. So we're going to end up taking that off of him. And so far, he already had a pretty good look to him, but the dark visor, the towel, and we're going to end up switching his shoes as well to the black shoes or the dark shoes. And I love that look on Jordan Howard. So we're going to get into preseason action right now. We're going to be returning the ball first, and this is the first play of the season. We have Cohen and Gabriel back deep, as well as Cunningham, I'm pretty sure, was back there as well. So Mitch Trubisky is entering the field for the first time this season. In real life, the Ravens played the Bears in the preseason, but for some reason I'm not allowed to play that. I think that's just because that's the Hall of Fame game. So as you guys can see, I'm walking down my safeties, and that's the thing that I wanted to attempt with Kenny Vaccaro, so he could play like that walk down, like almost linebacker position. And we're going to get the sack a little bit into the first quarter as we had to punt the ball away on our first possession. So now we're getting that ball right back after this sack. And we're going to, throughout this season, we're going to be letting Cohen get his reps on punt. I think pretty much no matter where it is, we're going to let his speed, we're going to give him a chance with his speed. So this is way deep into the end zone. I see I have a few blockers, though, so we take it out with Cohen. We're going to only get to the 15-yard line, so not a great decision, but I wanted to see if I could test him. And right here, he does get injured, and despite what you're seeing with that glitch, it is a wrist injury or a thumb injury, something with his hand. So that sucks to have him gone already so quickly, but Trubisky is looking good, throwing a strike to Taylor Gabriel, starting off with a pretty good pass to one of his and one of my favorite targets on the team, the slot, the speedster Taylor Gabriel, coming from Atlanta last season. So getting into the next downs, we're going to try running the ball, and this is where you can see that we need the help on offensive line. Jordan Howard is just going to battle. He's going to look for yards and look for opportunity, but when you're getting smothered by 6 defensive players, there's really nowhere you can go. And this entire game, that was the problem that I felt was with, the offensive line. So we're just going to keep attempting to run the rock right here. And Trubisky sees kind of covered up, so he's going to audible. And he's going to call the slant. He looks to have a man wide open. And wow, there's a linebacker hiding underneath defensive line, just staying pretty close to the back of the lineman, and he's going to jump that route. And Trubisky's going to throw an interception in his only quarter of preseason play. The starters are only going to get the first quarter. I don't want to have any other injuries, especially to stars like Tarik Cohen, and that really just hurt watching him go down. But luckily, it was a preseason game and not a regular season game, so hopefully we're going to have him back. Joe Mixon is going to bounce this ball to the outside, and that tough Chicago Bears defense showing what they do best. That's the feel that I get from Chicago. It's just a tough defense, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to play for him, and one of the reasons that head coach Demitri Williams came to this team. It was because of the defense. And look at that amazing play by the Cincinnati Bengals linebacker as he bats that ball down and stops the drive right there. So we're going to actually attempt a 57-yard field goal. At first, didn't really know if we wanted to go for this, but we're going to give our kicker a chance. What is there to risk in a preseason game? He's going to put it up, and he absolutely nails it. So a 57-yard field goal right through the uprights. We take the 3-0 lead in a defensive preseason dogfight. So now to kick the ball off, back to Cincinnati before getting into their next drive. Kick the ball deep and straight through the back of the end zone as we have a nice 8-mile-an-hour wind on our back. Now, getting into our defensive drive, this formation and the big nickel, I really like the personnel that it puts out on. As you can see, using Vaccaro right here. And they're just going to throw that route too deep over his shoulders. We had defenders everywhere covering that up. 4th and 10. They're going to punt us the football right back. So now I think we have Benny Cunningham returning in the back. Now that Cohen has gone down, but I do like the depth that Chicago has at running back. I felt like any running back that I had in, Howard, Cohen, I think another one was Kisler or something like that. They were all very good backs. And although we weren't really finding seams, as we get our biggest rush of the day right here so far with a 10-yard carry, although we weren't finding seams to run through because of the offensive line, I could definitely feel in Howard the power and then the other backs the speed. So we're going to hit the dump off right here to get looks like a 11-yard gain on a 2nd and 17 after a sack. So now we're up to 3rd and 6, and we're going to try and convert here and see if we can put some more points on the board before the end of the 3rd quarter. Have our backup quarterback in, and he's going to hit the slant route, and we're going to get dragged down at the 23-yard line. So we're moving the ball pretty steadily right now until we get a sack, and now it is 3rd and 13. Not much to do. I see Anthony Miller, the rookie on I see Anthony Miller on the left side right there. We're going to hit the dot with the backup quarterback, and we're going to get the 10-yard reception and keep the drive alive. So now it's 3rd and 5 on the 7-yard line. This is a tough place for anyone to score when you're this close to the end zone. We have no success on the ground, so we're going to have to go through the air, looking to pass, trying to step up in the pocket, and we go down with the sack. That's going to be it for the quarter. As we go into the 4th quarter, we're going to take our 3 right here and give us a little bit of a cushion and a 6-0 lead. All the defense has to do is pretty much make sure they don't get a touchdown, and we're going to walk away with a win in the first preseason game, and a win for head coach Demitri Williams. He'll get his first career win. So we're going to be kicking it off right here, and they're going to have a pretty nice return, and they have a pretty nice drive moving right now as they're on the 39-yard line 2 minutes into the quarter. Their backup quarterback, Barkley, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, Barkley is going to drop back to pass. He sees a man deep to the left, and we're going to jump that route with our corner. We're going to jump that route with our corner, and we're going to pick that ball off. Now that pretty much is going to wrap up this game, as we're just going to be able to run out the rest of the clock. And Marvin Lewis does not look happy as we escape with the victory in our first preseason game. Now, in the next episode, you guys are going to see the first week of the regular season against the Green Bay Packers, I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't played the game yet, but I'm excited to get into it. I'm a little nervous because of the offensive line and how the offense just performed as a day. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky didn't have much time in the pocket or many reps, but I think he'll perform better when we get to the regular season. The offensive line needs a lot of work, obviously, so I might have to target a few free agents to definitely buff that group. But as you can see, we're getting a little bit of XP for our head coach, Demitri Williams, going into the regular season. So we have our injury report, and right there you're going to see Tarik Cohen when we get there. When we get to the injury report, we're going to see Tarik Cohen there with a broken thumb. Yeah, so it was a hand injury, and Benny Cunningham also went down, but he did perform pretty well. He had our biggest rush of the day, that 10-yard scamper. So we're going to jump ahead to the regular season. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on all that stuff. And if you guys are ready for the next episode, make sure to let me know. Having a blast with this franchise mode so far, and I'm going to keep these videos pumping out. If you want more updates on the channel, follow me on Twitter at GoodGuyGavYT. That link will be in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.